Welcome back to How Not to Be a Noob, and today we're discussing some more changes made to the boss fights in Ark and the requirements to do the boss fights made in patch 261. As you guys would remember, in patch 260 they made it so that a lot of the bosses needed alpha trophies to actually get in. They've reverted that change, but still a few issues remain. So, for instance, for the Broodmother, the Broodmother requirements aren't too bad. As you can see here, it just requires Sarko's skin as the extra and Titan Bow of Venom as another extra ingredient, which isn't too bad, so I don't mind this change too much. But it's when you get to the Megapithecus and the Dragon that things get a little bit just out of proportion, because the Megalania toxin is really hard to find on the island. You only find it in the caves and only very rarely, so it's going to be hard to fight this boss. And it's going to be very hard to get the Megalania toxin because it only spawns on the Megalania, which only spawn in the cave, and you need 10 of them. So these bosses are still going to be pretty painful to get and to fight. Especially if you're raiding a server, if you're raiding another server to use tech, it won't really be feasible still, I don't think. I think this is an intentional change. And the Dragon actually requires a Giga Heart, or 2 Giga Hearts for hard mode. And it requires Bacillo Blubber, which is still pretty rare and still pretty hard to find. So there's still a few issues with the boss cost, I think. It just depends what the devs are intending for it. I think they're trying to make it harder to get, but they need to specify this to the community. I think if they're going to do this, they need to think about it, because a lot of people on officials already have a ton of tech, so it's going to make their bases very hard to raid on official if the raiding tribe can't get tech as easily as before. So, you can also not summon bosses in the drops too, which is a massive change. So, you'll actually have to go to obelisks, and on an invading server, obelisks will usually be blocked. And as well as this change, the bosses are pretty much not quite impossible, but very near to it fighting, because you can't glitch them anymore. And because you can't glitch them, the actual mechanics of the bosses are pretty broken. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and if any information is wrong, just correct me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.